Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B2-level grammar lesson. Today we're going to be talking about prepositional verbs. So we're going to match the images to the sentences. You can pause the video and try these on your own and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So they laughed at the comedian's jokes. That would be picture C. She decided on the grilled fish, it's picture A, and the politician commented on the disaster, is picture B. So prepositional verbs are a group of multi-word verbs. Prepositional verbs contain a verb plus a preposition. And here's some examples. Laugh at, decide on, comment on. Prepositional verbs are transitive, meaning they all require a direct object. She decided on the grilled fish. So the grilled fish is the direct object. So now complete the sentences with these prepositional verbs. Again, you can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So everyone laughed at George when he slipped in the snow. The professor commented on our exams before handing them back to us. We waited for 5 guests for dinner. Oh, sorry, that would be, decided on. Decided on 5 guests for dinner, and the girls waited for the bus at the bus stop. Great, so now match the sentences. Again, you can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Let's meet at the restaurant later. I haven't got time to wait for you now. John has finished college. He hasn't decided on his career yet. It is a difficult situation. I don't want to comment on it. The guy was such an idiot. Everyone was laughing at him. So all prepositional verbs are inseparable. You cannot put the direct object between the verb and the preposition. So here's some examples. We are waiting for you at the corner, but you cannot say we are waiting you for at the corner. He commented on them, but you can't say he commented them on. Here are some more examples. He can't stop looking at that painting. Stella feels nervous about her surgery next week. Oh, these are, matching. He can't stop looking at that painting. He is staring at it. Stella feels nervous about her surgery next week. She is worried about it. Both of us feel the same way about the situation. We agree on it. And John is trying to hear the news on the radio. John is listening to it. Now choose the correct choice from the words in blue. Okay, everyone's happy. I'm pleased that we agree on it. He is such a charming man. I cannot stop staring at him. The bus should be here soon. We have been waiting for it for an hour. I'm sorry, but I cannot comment on that now. So the meaning of prepositional verbs. It is generally easy to understand the meaning of a prepositional verb, but not always. The baby smiled at his mother. The subway stations in London also served as bomb shelters during World War II. He called on his mother on his way home from work. here, called on means visited. And the Red Cross stands for medical care, stands for means represents. All right, now complete the sentences. The Statue of Liberty in New York stands for freedom. Miss Daner served as the president of the company for 15 years. Will you be home in an hour? I'm going to call on you to have a cup of coffee and a chat. Rebecca smiled at her friend because she felt happy. So phrasal verbs and prepositional verbs look similar, but phrasal verbs and prepositional verbs behave differently. Don't worry too much now about the differences, but in the next slides, we will look at examples to help you understand why multi-word verbs belong to different groups. So you already know that you cannot separate a prepositional verb. I am very worried about my sister. I am very worried about her. Now look at these sentences. How do we know that they are separable phrasal verbs? He looked the word up in the dictionary, and she gave coffee up a month ago. So prepositional verbs can take an adverb between the verb and the preposition. She smiled lovingly at her mother. So here we have smiled as the verb, lovingly is the adverb, and at is the preposition. So we're seeing that the adverb comes between the verb and the preposition. Phrasal verbs do not allow an adverb between the verb and the particle. So she looked quickly up the word. That would be incorrect because this would looked up as a phrasal verb and you cannot have the adverb between the verb and the particle. The correct version would be she looked the word up quickly. Here's another one that's incorrect. He dozed quietly off in the chair. We know this is a phrasal verb because we cannot put quietly between the verb dozed and the preposition off. The correct way to make this, to form this sentence, would be he dozed off quietly in the armchair. So read each scenario and use the prepositional verb provided to make a sentence about the scenario. You can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Magella was shocked when she heard the bad news. She looked at the wall. She was still looking at the wall silently 3 hours later. So you could say she was still staring at the wall 3 hours later. Between 1976 and 1998, this building was a hospital. Now it is a research facility. Now it serves as a research facility. Jonah feels stressed and nervous about his exam next week. Jonah is worried about his exam next week. At first, we thought about going to France, Spain, or Italy for the summer, but in the end, we booked a vacation in Malta. So that would be, but in the end, we decided on a vacation in Malta. In the olden days, a red and white striped post represented a barber shop. It should be a red and white post, stood for a barber shop. Now, choose the option that is correct to complete the story. You can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. What a day. We just spent 3 hours with the wedding planner. First, we waited for her for an hour because she was stuck in traffic. Johannes and I needed to decide on the place to have our wedding. Unfortunately, he wants the wedding at a church and I want it in a park. We couldn't agree on anything. The wedding planner just smiled quietly at us while Johannes and I were talking. She didn't seem worried about it. And if she was worried, she certainly didn't comment on it. She just listened to us. In the end, Johannes agreed on the church for the wedding and the park for the reception party. I hope it will be a wonderful day. As usually, everything depends on the weather. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, participate in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.